Next up, we have Erin Mccann. She's going to talk about
Friends.
Take My Picture, But How. She is a lover of photography. She does all kinds of cool things. Are you a photographer?
I am.
So, photographer, you can book her, you can talk to her. She's also an editor, and she's amazing at Scrabble, especially with the legal words. So let's see if that plays a role into tonight's talk. Erin
Will.
McCann. Will it?
No.
Oh.
Is that going to work?
Erin McCann.
Okay. That is me in 1983. My mom took those photos with this Pentax K1000 fully manual camera. She dented the lens once when she stumbled on a rock on a beach and chose to drop the camera instead of me, a fact that I am very grateful for. And coming up next, photos that I took in New York last month using the exact same camera, and I use it almost every day to take film photos. The lens, it still has the dent. It's a 30-year-old camera, and the film that I shoot with it is a connection to the past that my children, should I ever have them, will not have. So what's the trade-off? We use photos to document our lives, to share precious moments with family, to remember the friends that we've had, to see how we've grown. That concept in the future will not change. But the way we implement it and the experience that we have with photos will continue to be reinvented. 3 elements in the future, and the present, where the magic happens. 3 most important elements of a photograph are the shooter, the camera, and the people who are going to look at it. First, the technology. And here's where photography is way ahead of anything that you're going to hear about tonight. We've been here before. The history of photography is all about revolution. It's about new devices changing everything. Photography hasn't always been a certain way because photography is just too new, except for that. That is the revolutionary device with which we are all familiar, the camera phone, the latest revolution in the snapshot. The jumping off point now is a device that fits in your pocket and takes some pretty damn decent photos. The iPhone is the single most popular camera on Flickr, but it's not enough. A year ago, I took a trip to Chicago. That's the equipment that I hauled with me. It was heavy. In the future, I want that in my pocket. And we're gonna get that future someday. I really, really hope. Because my back hurt. To take that low light photo, I used about $6,000 worth of rented gear. What I want in the future is that quality to be ubiquitous and cheap. And yes, video. We are already living this revolution. Last year, an episode of House was filmed on a Canon 7D, proving that when you put a cheap camera in the hands of creative people, the utility is in the story and not the cost of the gear. Mostly, I just wanted to use a picture of Hugh Laurie up there. There are some really cool tech tools on the horizon, though. Right now, Adobe's working on a tool that will let you refocus an image after you've shot it because it recorded the image from multiple perspectives in the first place. And Apple's working on a flash that will let you, yes, Apple, will let you focus on the exact parts of a scene that you want. Mostly, though, in the future, everything will record. The tool we use won't matter because the camera will be everywhere. Video or still or some combination of the two, we will have the high-quality data, and it will be up to the most creative among us to find a way to use it. So now think about the photographers themselves. I'm a huge Flickr fan. I met most of my friends there, and many of them are sitting right there. We started out liking each other's photos, and we grew to like each other as people. Right now, though, there's a line between pro photographers and not, between who can use a tripod somewhere and who can't, between who has access and who has none. In the future, though, when every device is a camera and that camera can get the shot without all the extra gear, what's the point of those designations? They will fall away, and security guards will have to find somebody else to hassle. What about the people in the photos? How will we share them? Photos right now, they're not about preserving memories. They're more about sharing what's happening. We are in a moment, and tonight, as we talk about the future, we need to think about how the future is going to be talking about us. I'm somehow related to the people in these photos. I don't really know how. Mom just sent me the pictures. A couple years ago, I had to apply for a Library of Congress ID card to research a photograph. To do that, I had to check my bag in a cloakroom, file my request with the librarian, wait for someone to get the photo for me, and clear the room out by the time it closed at 5 o'clock. That same photo is on Flickr now. I learned more about it from community tagging than I could in my own research. Imagine a world where it isn't just the libraries that are using community tagging services. Imagine your family all around the world tagging and sharing stories and curating a history more rich than any reunion. Imagine a world where Flickr Commons marries your high school yearbook and then marries Ancestry.com. Now all of these family photos we're slowly digitizing get attached to them. You get the stories attached to them from family members around the world. Your children will have so much more use that will be so much more useful to your children than a shoebox full of the faded memories that I got passed down to me from my mother. I love that future, but I'm wary of it because hard drives fail and websites go under. But here's the important part, is the pictures. 3 shots. I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my place here. The important, though, is that the camera is still a filter for the human eye. The art, the quiet moment unseen by anyone but the photographer looking for it. The technology, it can help that, but it cannot replace that. So the photography in the future it's what we're doing now, but lighter. And that's all. Thank you.